Yo, what's up, everybody? Bob Walters here. St. John's and Seton Hall, Big East regular season championship on the line for St. John's, at least a share of it. Seton Hall squarely on the bubble, either in most people's first four out or next four out, looking for a signature win here against St. John's. The game has started already. We are about 5 minutes in, 11-7. St. John's with a lead. Seton Hall got the first two buckets. St. John's then went on a 10-1 run, and Seton Hall has answered with 3 points of their own. It's now 11-7. And welcome to the broadcast, everybody, at the Prudential Center, The Rock in Newark, New Jersey. St. John's and Seton Hall. Dylan Darling has it. Dylan Darling puts up a three and he hits it. And it's a 14-7. St. John's up a touchdown lead with 14 minutes to go in the first half. Seton Hall, of course, with 20 wins. They got their 20th win last time. St. John's is 24-6, 17-2 in the conference. A win here guarantees them a share of the Big East regular season championship. Their second straight. They won it outright last year. This year, they are looking to win it outright. The only way they win it outright, though, is a win tonight and a UConn loss tomorrow against Marquette. But at least they can guarantee themselves a share of the Big East regular season championship with a win tonight. Second straight. First time in a long time St. John's has done that. And Rick Pitino has really brought this team back to prominence. So here we go. Here is Simpkins, and he is fouled, taking a three from the corner. Pitino doesn't like that. You can tell right off the bat. 14-7. St. John's with the lead. Not a good play, not a smart play there. It was Sellers, I believe, coming across. No, it was Jackson coming across. And Jackson, Jackson makes bonehead plays all the time. And that was just another one. So 3 free throws for Tayshaun Simpkins. Averages just over 10 points a game. First one is no good. Off the back of the rim, too strong. First time these two teams played, St. John's came back from down 15 in the second half at Madison Square Garden to beat Seton Hall. Second one is good. Rims around and in. 14-8. He's got one left. So St. John's with a big comeback in that game. And then Seton Hall has been a play from behind team all season. They've had a couple big second half comebacks. Third free throw is good. Into the game checks Mike Williams. Out goes Stanton McCray for Seton Hall. St. John's wearing their dark blue with red trim uniform. Seton Hall in the white with the blue trim. St. John's moving right to left as Dylan Darling has the ball in the front court. Gives it to Mitchell. Now Ejiofor has it at the top of the key. Ejiofor puts it on the floor. Here's Jackson now. Jackson, good defense. 5 to shoot. Looking, drives into the paint. Looks and he loses a handle and gets it right back. They got to put it up. They do, and it's good. Ejiofor with a 13-footer, and it's 16-9, 7-point lead for St. John's. Zuby already with 7 points, 2 for 4 from the field. Seton Hall jumped out, first 2 buckets, 4-0 lead. St. John's followed with a 10-1 run. It's now 16-9. Parker has it up top. Parker for Seton Hall being guarded by Mitchell. Parker fade away from the left elbow. No good. Rebound. Oh, strong rebound by Sannon. And he's going to slow it down. He will bring it up the floor himself. 12:35 to go. Sannon into the front court. Hands it off to Dylan Darling. Left-hand dribble. Being guarded. Finds Zuby down low in the paint and a foul. Looked like he might have taken steps and traveled, but they're going to call the foul. Yep, they're going to call the travel on Zuby Ejiofor. He caught the ball, shuffled his feet. But Jackson on that last play was stripped, got it back, got it to Zuby, and he had a nice little soft 13-footer. And St. John's is off and running here with a 16-9 lead. Seton Hall has been a second-half team most of the season. They've had multiple double-digit leads, double-digit deficits erased to win games. Here goes Seton Hall into the paint and a foul called. And that will send Tayshaun Simpkins to the free throw line. This Seton Hall team really, with their season on the line here, could really use a win in the worst way. They have 20 wins. They are a much improved team from last year. They were picked to finish last in the Big East. They're gonna go into. They've locked down the 4 seed in next week's Big East tournament at Madison Square Garden. The first free throw again, no good. Seton Hall having trouble from the free throw line early as Osiah Sellers checks in for Patino and St. John's. Second free throw on its way, and it's good. And it's a 6-point St. John's lead as we come up on 12 minutes to go. Little three-quarter court pressure from Seton Hall. Johnny's break it easy. Dylan Darling has it. Now it's Mitchell. Here is Sellers with it atop the key. Gives it to Mitchell right wing. Good defense by Seton Hall. Sellers has it. Sellers up top to Prey. Prey hands it off to Mitchell. Mitchell to Dylan Darling. One to shoot, throws it up, and it's no good. Shot clock violation off the backboard. Good defense that time by Seton Hall. And that brings us to our first timeout. St. John's with a 16-10 lead. 11:41 to go first half. This is St. John's basketball on Locked Up Sports.
Legends are born in March, and this March will be no different. Locked Up Sports is your home for all the madness. Join us March 11th through 14th for all the Big East tournament action. Our selection show on the 15th, then keep it locked in starting March 19th. From practice floors to packed arenas, from the bracket reveal to the final buzzer, we've got every moment covered. It all starts here. LockedUpSports.com. Stream and subscribe today.
What's up, NFL fans? Quarterback Josh Dobbs here. You may know me as the Pastronaut.
This is my time. I'm on the rise. Can't hold me down, I'm too fly. This is my time.
I've always loved space and football. Growing up, some people told me I had to choose. But here's the deal. You can be great at more than one thing, and getting involved in STEM opens up your world to a universe of opportunities in life. Space isn't just for the astronauts.
It's for all of us. It's not just for engineers like myself. It's for teachers,
students,
designers, mechanics, scientists,
and millions of football fans across the world.
3, 2, 1, watch out, here I come. This is my time. I'm on the rise. Can't hold me down, I'm too fly. This is my time.
Get inspired and get involved today. There are STEM programs and science centers available in your community, so be sure to check out spaceforall.us to learn more and get started.
This is my time.
After all, there are no limits when there are footprints on the moon. Find your place in space. Space for all.
Baseball is right around the corner. Warm weather, blue skies, and the crack of the bat. Spring training is here. Nobody covers the Yankees. Nobody covers the Mets like Locked Up Sports. Daily expert takes all season long the best baseball coverage on the internet.
I'm Bob Walters, host of Locked Up Sports, the best New York sports talk on the internet. Join myself and Brett Grasso every week as we break down all the happenings from the best sports town in the world and have conversations with some of the biggest names in New York sports, including former Mets general manager Steve Phillips.
We need a star player, but let's go get Piazza, and I finally got approval to do it.
The man who revolutionized special teams in the NFL, Coach Mike Westhoff.
But, all the things that he got accused of, he did them all. I know. Trust me, I know. He did them all.
And New York sports talk legend Joe Beningo, just to name a few.
But they gave this guy $35 million a year, $350 million for 10 years. What the hell were they thinking with this guy?
Yeah. If you're a sports fan, this is the podcast for you. We have all the insights, laughs, and entertaining perspectives you crave. Whether you're looking for a funny take on your favorite team or informative and entertaining conversation, Locked Up Sports has you covered. Subscribe today for the most entertaining and informative sports podcast around. Available anywhere you get your podcasts.
You're listening to St. John's basketball on Locked Up Sports.
St. John's with a 16-10 lead, 11:35 to go. Seton Hall with the basketball. First half here from the Rock in Newark. Clark has it. Now here is Simpkins, and he dribbles it off his leg out of bounds. Turnover, Seton Hall, St. John's basketball. Third turnover for Seton Hall. St. John's with two themselves. 6-point lead for St. John's. Like we said, last time these two teams played, St. John's had a bad first half. Just a bad shooting half. They were down. They fell behind even further in the early second half. Then they came back, started to come back, a 15-point comeback. Here's right wing in the front court. Sannon has it. Prey now up top. Hands it off to Mitchell. Now Sannon back up top to Mitchell. Darling has a good defense again by Seton Hall. They're holding St. John's here. Here's a three, and it's no good. Sellers misses the three. Rebound to Seton Hall. They're keeping St. John's out of the paint. Here's a long basketball. Here's a long pass. Caught in the paint. Good bounce pass and turnover. Sorry about that. Tripping over my words here. Turnover as it was on the ground out of bounds. Last touch, no, not a turnover. By St. John's. 16-10. There is 21 to shoot. That was Hines for Seton Hall, who lost the handle, trying to get it to Rivera. Seton Hall inbounding underneath the hoop. Left corner. It's Simpkins. He gets it into Stanton McCray driving. Left-hand layup is good. Stanton McCray, Stanton McCray with the basket, 16-12. Into the front court. Hopkins bounce pass to Prey. Prey backing into the paint. Spins. Left hand. Layup is good. Pretty move by Prey. And he put it in with the left hand, 18-12. St. John's with 12 points in the paint to Seton Hall's 4. And Seton Hall has it. Here's Clark now. Simpkins. Stanton McCray has it. He puts it on the ground. Spins into the paint. Left hand looping layup is good. Pretty move by Stanton McCray. He's got 4 straight for Seton Hall. Dylan Darling now in the front court for St. John's. Prey has it up top. Now it's Sellers in the left wing. Sellers gets a screen that gets it over to Dylan Darling. 13 to shoot. Here comes a three from Hopkins, and it's no good off the back of the iron. Rebound is to Seton Hall. Clark brings it up left wing. Now it's Hines to Bud Clark. Bud Clark puts it on the floor, drives past the free throw line into the paint, goes up and he's fouled. Prey is going to get called for the foul as Bud Clark went into the lane, pump fake, and then got Prey to leave his feet. It looks like. Yep, Prey is going to be he's going to be called for the foul. (18-14) 4-point lead for St. John's with 9:22 to go in the first half. The first free throw is good. Hines goes out for Seton Hall. Shireen Holloway is really coaching him up over there as he exits the game. Second free throw by Clark. Good. He makes them both. 18-16, 2-point lead for St. John's, and here's some pressure from Seton Hall in the backcourt. Darling looks to break it. He's now double teamed. He gets it to Sannon. Back to Darling, and they cross the timeline just in time. St. John's can set up their offense. Here's Sellers. Good defense. Again, listen, Seton Hall's keeping St. John's from getting it inside. Here's Sannon for three. Top of the key, no good. Rebound, bounces around. Prey missed it. Here comes Seton Hall with a chance to tie. Clark all the way. Ooh, looked like a double dribble. He got away with one. Now he's going to slow it down. Bud Clark, a real small guy. Seton Hall plays small. Clark puts it on the floor, drives into the paint, and he is blocked. And it's a turnover. Darling has it left wing. Darling now into the front court. Pulls back, picks up the dribble, gets it to Ejiofor in the paint, drives, and a strong move, and he misses the layup. A whistle, and it's going to be a blocking foul. Oh, he went strong into the paint. He knocked over the defender. Seton Hall, their crowd, and their coach is lobbying for a penalty, for a foul, an offensive foul. As Hopkins put his shoulder right into him. But he doesn't get the call. He's still lobbying with the official. Hopkins on the line. I had said Ejiofor. It's Hopkins, though. 13 points a game for Hopkins. He's played real well lately. Misses the first free throw, in and out. St. John's with a win tonight gets a share, guarantees himself a share of the Big East regular season championship. Second free throw on its way. It's good. 19-16. Seton Hall with the lead. What's up, Snowman? Welcome to the broadcast. Here is Clark now. It's Williams. Williams has it. Gets it to Stanton McCray. Puts it on the floor. Pulls up for a long three. It's going to be way short. Rebound to St. John's. And here comes Mitchell. Mitchell, long pass ahead to Ejiofor, who's got it, and he lays it in. Pretty pass from Mitchell to Ejiofor all the way down court. 21-16, St. John's. Under 8 minutes to go. 6 fast break points for the Johnnies. None so far for Seton Hall. Here's a long three, and a whistle blows, and that brings us to the under 8 timeout. I don't know what the call was. We'll get it when we come back. St. John's off and running. They have a 6-point lead. 7:56 to go. First half. This is St. John's basketball on Locked Up Sports.
You're locked into Locked Up Sports, the internet home of the Big East Tournament. We'll take you from Selection Sunday through every bracket buster all the way to the Final Four. Keep it locked into Locked Up Sports for the baseball is right around the corner. Warm weather, blue skies, and the crack of the bat. Spring training is here. Nobody covers the Yankees. Nobody covers the Mets like Locked Up Sports. Daily expert takes all season long the best baseball coverage on the internet.
I'm Bob Walters, host of Locked Up Sports, the best New York sports talk on the internet. Join myself and Brett Grasso every week as we break down all the happenings from the best sports town in the world and have conversations with some of the biggest names in New York sports, including former Mets general manager Steve Phillips.
We need a star player, but let's go get Piazza, and I finally got approval to do it.
The man who revolutionized special teams in the NFL, Coach Mike Westhoff.
But, all the things that he got accused of, he did them all. I know. Trust me, I know. He did them all.
And New York sports talk legend Joe Beningo, just to name a few.
But they gave this guy $35 million a year, $350 million for 10 years. What the hell were they thinking with this guy?
Yeah. If you're a sports fan, this is the podcast for you. We have all the insights, laughs, and entertaining perspectives you crave. Whether you're looking for a funny take on your favorite team or informative and entertaining conversation, Locked Up Sports has you covered. Subscribe today for the most entertaining and informative sports podcast around. Available anywhere you get your podcasts.
Back to the final whistle.
Don't go anywhere.
Stick around for the Locked Up Sports postgame show. Breakdowns, highlights, and the stories you can't miss. And tomorrow, we're back live to wrap up everything from the big game. This isn't National Sports Talk. This is New York. And when it comes to their sports talk, they won't settle for anything less than the very best. That's why more New Yorkers get their sports talk from Locked Up Sports than anywhere else. The best New York sports talk on the internet.
You're listening to St. John's basketball on Locked Up Sports.
21-16, St. John's with a lead here. 7:54 to go in the first half from the Prudential Center in Newark. The Big East regular season title on the line for St. John's. Perhaps an NCAA bid on the line for Seton Hall. As we got a big one. It's a big one here tonight. Listen, it gets big on both ends. St. John's trying to get their second straight regular season title. First time they would have done that since the 80s. Seton Hall trying to be a team that was picked to finish last in the Big East and get themselves, somehow scratch and claw themselves into a playoff spot, into an NCAA tournament spot, I should say. They will be the 4th seed. They will play DePaul in the first round of the NCAA tournament, of the Big East tournament next week at Madison Square Garden. St. John's with the ball, moving right to left. Has it in the front court. Sellers to Dylan Darling. Back to Sellers. Looks, drives to the right side. Pulls up his dribble up top. Gets it down low to Zuby. Zuby right hand falling away. And we missed it. But Mitchell was there with the rebound. He missed the layup, the follow-up. And Seton Hall grabs the rebound and pushes it up into the front court. Bud Clark, and he blaze it in. 21-18, a 3-point lead. Now for St. John's. Into the front court. 7:15 to go, first half. Sellers to Hopkins. Hopkins gets a screen, drives left into the paint, pulls up, puts it up, no good. Rebound to St. John's. Dylan Darling has it out in the corner for three. In and out, no good. Oh, and the rebound was almost ripped away by Hopkins, but Seton Hall comes away with it. Williams has it in the front court. Williams, right wing to Rivera. Rivera being guarded by Sellers. Here is Stanton McCray. Looks. Rivera now. Good defense this time down the floor by St. John's. Into the paint goes Williams. And he puts it up. No good off the glass. Rebound. Oh, it bounces right to Williams, and he's fouled going up for another shot. Bad luck that time for St. John's as the rebound bounced around right into the hands of Mike Williams, and he went right back up with another shot, and he was fouled. And Seton Hall will be shooting some free throws here. St. John's played good defense that time down the floor. 21-18, St. John's with the lead. First free throw from Williams is good. (21-19). Seton Hall's the team that goes deep on their bench. Holloway plays a lot of guys. He goes about 9 or 10 deep almost every game. They have 10 guys that average over 9 minutes per game. St. John's now in the front court. The lead trimmed to 1 point, 21-20. Sannon has it. Seton Hall doing a good job on the perimeter defense. Mitchell, right wing now to Hopkins. Hopkins being guarded by Simpkins. Hopkins looking. Now he finds Mitchell. Mitchell has it, feeds Hopkins underneath. He's looking to go up with it. He does. He misses the layup, and it's a rebound. Seton Hall. They can take the lead. Parker brings it into the front court. Parker drives left hand into the paint, pulls up his dribble, gets it out for three. No good. Back of the iron. Rebound batted around. Still loose. Picked up and a timeout called by Dar. Did he get it? I think he did. Yes, he did. Timeout. Seton Hall. Good heads up play by Jacob Dar, falling out of bounds. Called the timeout. And Seton Hall will retain possession. That's a good play. I don't know if he had it. He was kind of juggling it. No, I don't think he did. That should be out of bounds on Seton Hall. It should be St. John's basketball. Let's see if they decide to look at it. They're not going to, I don't think. So a break for Seton Hall as they will retain possession. Cost them a timeout, but they'll take it. It was the right idea, but he was juggling the ball, and then when he went to call the timeout with the hand signal, it came loose again. So I would have called it the other way, but I'm not calling the game here. I'm calling the game, but not refereeing the game. Seton Hall down by 1. They can take the lead with a bucket. 5:49 to go, first half. They have 19 to shoot on the clock. As we'll reset it for you, St. John's with the possession arrow. 5 team fouls for St. John's, 4 for Seton Hall. Inbounding underneath their own hoop. Here's Stanton McCray. He gets it out. Parker now has it for Seton Hall. Up top, right wing. Stanton McCray has it, drives it into the lane, pulls up, kicks it back out. Now here comes McCray driving, and a pretty loop, a pretty spinning loop layup, and Seton Hall has the lead for the first time since they led 4-0. St. John's good ball movement around the corner. Oh, and a rebound is thrown down by Mitchell. Ayo missed the three. It was thrown down by Mitchell on the rebound. 23-22. St. John's with the lead. Simpkins in the front court now for Seton Hall. Looks to drive, dribbles it off his foot. We got it back just before it went out of bounds. Second time he's done that. Here's Dar. Dar gives it to Stanton McCray. Drives into the lane, and he loses a handle, but a foul called. A touchy foul that Ejiofor does not like. Let's see. Well, I don't know. I don't know about that foul, but it's called again. But Mitchell on the other end off the missed three comes in and throws it down. And Ejiofor is going to take a seat with 2 fouls. 9 points already so far, but he's got 2 fouls. You don't want to get him in foul trouble here in the first half. Simpkins has it into the paint. Simpkins driving, Prey guarding him. pivots around, throws it up, no good off the glass. Rebound is Hines, and he puts it back for Seton Hall, and they have the lead again. Back and forth we go. 4:40 to go. 10 second chance points for Seton Hall, only 4 for the Red Storm. Sannon has it left wing. Now Sellers up top to Prey. Prey bounce pass into Hopkins, and he's fouled going up for a jumper. And Hopkins will go to the line. Parker on the foul. That'll be his first as he kind of jabbed in there from behind as Hopkins was looking to take a jumper from the free throw line. 1 point Seton Hall lead, 24-23. Ejiofor frustrated on the bench with the 2 fouls. As Seton Hall has crawled back into this thing after being down about 6 earlier. Free throw in and out by Hopkins, no good. Bryce Hopkins has been a big cog in this wheel for St. John's this year. Here comes the second free throw on its way, and it's good. 1 of 2. Tie game, 24-24. Seton Hall desperately needs this game in the worst way. Here's an inbound. St. John's put some full court pressure on here. Now they back off once the ball's inbounded. And Seton Hall will work their offense here. Here is Parker. Parker left wing, drives, baseline, right side, goes up, and he's swatted away. And nothing called, no whistle. It goes out of bounds now as it comes loose, and it's going to be Seton Hall ball. Oh, St. John's had it, and they turned it back over after a brilliant defensive block. They got the ball. Parker drove baseline, and it looked like it was Hopkins with a beautiful block up against the backboard, but they couldn't control the rebound. Inbound. Here's a 3 for Simpkins. No good off the iron. Rebound loose on the ground, and it's picked up by Mitchell, and here comes St. John's. Let's see if they look to push it. Hopkins has it. Hopkins goes, spins into the baseline. Now a 3-pointer as he kicks it out for Sellers, and he's fouled. I believe. Nope, he's just blocked. No foul called. Out of bounds. St. John's will retain possession. As some good defense. I'll tell you what, Seton Hall, one thing they do well for being a small team is they block a lot of shots. They lead the Big East in block shots. And they have a couple guys in the top 20 in the nation in block shots so far this year. Big East tournament starts on March 11th. That is next week. It goes through the 14th at Madison Square Garden. Get your tickets at Ticketmaster for the Big East tournament. Resale tickets available for that. It's a great time. I love the Big East tournament. I try to go every year. This year, I'm not sure if I'm going to make it. I have work all 4 days. But we will be bringing you a bunch of the games right here on Locked Up Sports from the Big East tournament. So make sure you tune in if you don't get FS1 or you don't get Peacock, which a lot of these games are on. Tonight, where it's on FS1, we will be going to the FS1 crew for halftime in just a couple of minutes as we hit the under 4 timeout, 3:52 to go in a tie game, 24-24. St. John's 24-6, Seton Hall 20-10, but they are, it seems like they're close, only 4 games apart, but St. John's a really good team trying to push deeper into the NCAA tournament this year. Disappointment last year when they lost in the second round to a good Arkansas team, but they had higher hopes, and they have higher hopes again this year. But first things first is the Big East regular season championship, which is on the line tonight. And then a Big East tournament championship, which will be on the line next week. The 11th to the 14th. St. John's will obviously get a bye. They will either be the 1 or the 2 seed. Chances are they're more likely to be the 2 seed, but UConn is the 1. And there's really, that a lot of people are expecting a UConn St. John's Saturday night, Madison Square Garden, Big East tournament final game, and it should be a lot of fun if we get it. But there's a long way to go to get there. So, a lot of people want to see that matchup, a rubber match. The teams, St. John's got blown out just about a week and a half ago at UConn in the game at the Garden. St. John's got the better of UConn, and people want to see a third round. I wouldn't mind seeing it myself, but like I said, things happen in the Big East tournament. we've seen things happen. Everybody has seen things happen. We've seen UConn make runs they weren't supposed to. We saw back in the day Syracuse make runs. Villanova is really the only other real threat to make it, and both UConn and St. John's have handled Villanova this year rather easily. So that gets started on March 11th next week. The top 4 seeds is going to be UConn, St. John's, Villanova, and Seton Hall. Creighton right behind them with a 9-11 league record. Really, this is a 3-team league. It's a UConn, St. John's, Villanova, NCAA tournament bid league. The resume for Seton Hall, 20-10. They're 1-4 in quad wins. They beat NC State, but that was very, very early in one of those in the Maui tournament. They have a strength of schedule of 63. They're 6-4 in quad 2. They're right on the bubble. They're right there. They need this game tonight is what they need. Here's St. John's now inbounding the ball. Prey has it, catches the inbound up above the arc. Hands it off to Mitchell. Right side now. Sannon hands it to Mitchell. Sannon gets it back, thinks about a 3, then pulls it down. Now being guarded, drives into the paint, goes with the right hand. It's blocked, and Seton Hall comes away with it. Here comes Simpkins all the way to the hoop, and he's fouled. And nope, they're going to say just out of bounds, I believe. Blocked by Mitchell from behind. He came from behind. Good hustle by Mitchell getting back as Simpkins was going in all untouched. No, he definitely fouled him. Let's see if they called the foul. He bumped him. Nope, they did not call a foul. So inbounding Seton Hall, looking to take the lead. Game tied at 24. Inbound is swatted away by Prey out of bounds again. So now Seton Hall will inbound from a tougher spot just on the sideline side of the corner, right in front of the St. John's bench. Mitchell will guard the inbound. Zuby Ejiofor still on the bench with 2 fouls. Ian Jackson also has 2 fouls. Here's the inbound. It's tied up by Hopkins, and it'll be St. John's ball as they have the possession arrow. Good defense by St. John's on both of the inbound passes by Seton Hall that time. First one, Prey swats it out of bounds. Second one, tie up by Hopkins and a turnover. And with 3.5 to go in the first half, St. John's will get the ball. Good play right there. Dude, listen, St. John's puts pressure on these inbounders. It's a tough inbound pass for these teams to make. St. John's in the front court. Dylan Darling handles the ball. Up top, Sellers. Right side now, Hopkins. He'll hand it off to Dylan Darling. Prey now has it. Oh, he looked like he traveled, got away with it. Puts it on the floor. Baseline fadeaway jumper. No good. Rebound tapped out of bounds. Last touch by St. John's. It'll go the other way. Seton Hall will get the ball. 3:06 left in the first half. Not a great possession there. It looked like Prey got the ball, shuffled his feet. He got away with it. Then missed a baseline jumper, and the rebound was tapped out of bounds by St. John's. 3 minutes left, tied at 24, as Seton Hall brings it into the front court. Stanton McCray has it. Gives it off to Sumanik. Oh, and let's see what they called here. A whistle came in. It's going to be a foul on Sellers. His first. That will put Seton Hall into the 1-on-1, into the bonus. And it'll be Stanton McCray at the line for the Pirates. McCray averaging just a touch over 12 points a game. Just a touch over 3 rebounds a game. Trying to give Seton Hall the lead. First one on its way is good. Seton Hall with a lead, 25-24. Stick around at halftime. We'll be sending it to FS1 and their crew to cover the halftime show. The halftime, all the updates from World Baseball Classic and everything else going on. Also a big trade pickup in the NFL. They'll have all that covered for you. That's coming up at the half, and still 2:54 of game time to play here, though. Still got some work to do in the first half. Here's St. John's now in the front court. 26-24, Seton Hall with the lead. Inbound now. Hopkins has it. Hopkins crossover into the paint. Looking, spins, fade away. Jumper off the front of the iron. No good. Rebound to Williams. And here comes Seton Hall. They're going to push it. And a pass ahead by Clark is knocked out of bounds by Mitchell. That'll slow things down. But Seton Hall still has the ball. They'll inbound in the front court. As Ejiofor spent the last 5 minutes or so of game time on the bench. Seton Hall trying to survive. I'm sorry, St. John's trying to survive, get into the halftime. And this one tied or just ahead. Here's Clark. Clark, and an offensive foul as he bumps Dylan Darling down and he goes down on his back. We're going the other way. Turnover by Seton Hall. Darling played good tight defense on him, got bumped 3 or 4 times, finally went down to his backside, and he got the call. Clark on the charge for Seton Hall. 6 turnovers now for the Pirates. St. John's looking to tie the game or take a lead down 2. Darling has it up top, right-hand dribble, guarded by Clark. Inside to Prey. Prey back out. Hopkins has it. Hopkins finds Dylan Darling in the right corner. Thinks about a 3, pumps, gets his man in the air, feeds out to Prey for 3, and he got it. Oh. Nice shot by Ruben Prey, and it's 27-26 St. John's, only their second 3-pointer of the half. They're 2 of 11. That's been a trend lately for St. John's. They have struggled from the 3-point line in the first halves, especially. Here's now Seton Hall in the front court. It is Hines has it. Hines double teamed, gets it across all the way to Williams for 3. No good. St. John's has it. Hopkins brings it into the front court. 1.5 minutes to go. 1 point St. John's lead. Hopkins hands it to Dylan Darling, top of the key. He'll set the offense go. Now he puts it on the floor, looks to drive, finds Prey again up top. And now it's Sellers. Sellers looking. Good defense by Seton Hall here. 10 to shoot for St. John's. Mitchell comes in. He has it stripped, and then it's on the floor. Prey got it. Oh, he gives it to Hopkins, who throws. No, he misses the dunk. Oh, and he goes down to the floor hard. Oh, Hopkins threw the dunk down with 2 hands, and it went right off the back of the rim and came flying out, and he slammed on the floor. I think more an ego is hurt than anything else. Good play by Ruben Prey to get the ball on the ground. Hopkins had it all alone, went for the dunk, missed it, slammed on the ground, stayed down. Just a little bruise to the ego right there as he's up and he's okay. He's going to go to the free throw line as the foul came in from behind. Hopkins with 6 points tonight in the first half, shooting free throws. First one, good. 2 point St. John's lead, 67 seconds to go in the first half. Here comes Hopkins' second free throw. The foul was from behind. He was all alone. He still missed the dunk, and the second one rims out, no good. Seton Hall with 1 minute and 2 seconds left brings it over the timeline. Williams gets it to Stanton McCray. Now it's Clark. Bud Clark being guarded by Dylan Darling. Here's the pass right side. Stanton McCray looks, fakes the 3, gets it down to Simpkins. And now it's Hines has it. Hines, good defense by St. John's. 5 to shoot and a blocking foul on Darling as he goes down trying to draw the charge. They're going to call it on Dylan Darling. And free throws for Seton Hall with 41 seconds to go. That was the same kind of play that he drew the charge on just a couple of trips before on Clark. He went down, took the bump, went down, but this time he gets the call on Darling. And at the free throw line will be Josh Rivera. Rivera, a 74% free throw shooter. First one coming with 41.8 on the clock in the first half. First free throw. Good. He makes it. He earns a second. 28-27. This game right where Seton Hall wants it to be here in this first half. You knew it was going to be tight. They desperately need this win in the worst way. Second free throw from Rivera. No good. Back of the iron. Rebound to Sellers. And St. John's will bring it up. There's a 10-second difference on the shot clock to game clock. Sellers has it. Prey now at the free throw line. Prey looking, spinning, pivoting around, and he just backs it on out. Here's now Sannon. Gets it back to Prey at the free throw line. Drives into the paint, spins, puts up a left hand, and it's good. Ruben Prey, a good first half. He has looked good down low in the paint. 12 seconds to go. Shot clock turned off. Seton Hall will hold for a final shot. Bud Clark brings it across into the front court. 7 seconds left. 6, 5. Clark's still with it. Dribbling left hand. Telling everyone to clear out. He drives now. Pulls up from the left elbow and misses. No good. And the first half comes to an end. St. John's with a strong finish. They have a 3-point lead with 20 minutes in the books. We will send it on over to FS1's crew for the halftime festivities. Right after this, 30-27, St. John's with the lead. End of the first half as they look to guarantee themselves at least a share of the Big East regular season championship. This is St. John's basketball on Locked Up Sports.
You're locked into Locked Up Sports, the internet home of the Big East Tournament. We'll take you from Selection Sunday through every bracket buster all the way to the Final Four. Keep it locked into Locked Up Sports. Baseball is right around the corner. Warm weather, blue skies, and the crack of the bat. Spring training is here. Nobody covers the Yankees. Nobody covers the Mets like Locked Up Sports. Daily expert takes all season long the best baseball coverage on the internet.
I'm Bob Walters, host of Locked Up Sports, the best New York sports talk on the internet. Join myself and Brett Grasso every week as we break down all the happenings from the best sports town in the world and have conversations with some of the biggest names in New York sports, including former Mets general manager Steve Phillips.
We need a star player, but let's go get Piazza, and I finally got approval to do it.
The man who revolutionized special teams in the NFL, Coach Mike Westhoff.
But, all the things that he got accused of, he did them all. I know. Trust me, I know. He did them all.
And New York sports talk legend Joe Beningo, just to name a few.
But they gave this guy $35 million a year, $350 million for 10 years. What the hell were they thinking with this guy?
Yeah. If you're a sports fan, this is the podcast for you. We have all the insights, laughs, and entertaining perspectives you crave. Whether you're looking for a funny take on your favorite team or informative and entertaining conversation, Locked Up Sports has you covered. Subscribe today for the most entertaining and informative sports podcast around. Available anywhere you get your podcasts.
Back to the final whistle.
Don't go anywhere.
Stick around for the Locked Up Sports postgame show. Breakdowns, highlights, and the stories you can't miss. And tomorrow, we're back live to wrap up everything from the big game. This isn't national sports talk. This is New York. And when it comes to their sports talk, they won't settle for anything less than the very best. That's why more New Yorkers get their sports talk from Locked Up Sports than anywhere else. The best New York sports talk on the internet.
To elicit. For a limited time, get offers on select vehicles at the Invitation to Lexus sales event.
There is no place like Madison Square Garden. This is special, guys. Playing in that building, it's a different animal than anywhere else. It is a complete sellout. This is Big East basketball at its best. We are in the mecca of basketball. In the greatest city in the world. Well, everything's bigger in Texas. Feels like you wanna go real big too. Yeah, babe. Looks like it's pickup day. And oh, okay. Not a truck. You can do it all your way. Wanna drive? CarMax.
I am what child hunger looks like in America. I was created by artificial intelligence from faces of the 1 in 7 American children who struggle with hunger.
What's up?
We got an APB on a group of handmaidens consorting with a pack of elementary school teachers, a trio of podcast detectives, and a gaggle of alien predators. That doesn't sound right.
I'm pretty sure you're talking about all the great shows and hit movies on Hulu, which are also included at no extra cost with Spectrum TV.
You know, I don't watch cop shows, but if I did, I would watch this guy.
Stream The Rookie on Hulu. Included at no extra cost with Spectrum TV.
Seriously, the more I look at him, the more I can't look away.
Dylan Mitchell playing above the rim. Been a physical game and a 3-point lead for St. John's. We'll send you to the Jeep halftime report with Rob Stone in Los Angeles right after this.
In this game,
No one's path to greatness is the same. Each season rewrites the story. Another chance to rise and redefine what's possible. This is where rubber meets the road. Where every team hits the court at full charge. Because the drive to the top isn't given, it's earned.
This is why we love college basketball.
The journey to the Big East title begins now. Sponsored by Jeep, proud partner of the Big East Conference. Jeep, there's only one.
It's a good thing Discover makes it easy to be a Big Ten fan.
Totally. I get cash back on my rally cap.
Cash back on my favorite glove.
Cash back on my lucky shamrock.
They got cash back on my lucky bobblehead.
You win. Next round's on me.
Earn cash back on every purchase with Discover.
Pronamel, clinical enamel strength, can help us to keep our enamel for a lifetime. It's backed by science. It is clinically proven to strengthen our teeth. I would recommend this toothpaste to everybody. It's really an amazing product.
Welcome. Sometimes I feel like throw my hands up in the air. I know I can count on you.
We got it.
Hi, I'm Max. I'm here to pump you up at the pump and save you big in the gas game.
So you're like a mascot for a gas station?
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
You're like a gas gun.
And you're a word nerd, bird. I'll give you $20 for that meat stick. Nope. Okay. $19.
Sarah Benzino, Brandon Coley, Jablonski Auto Body, LLC.
What'd she call Harper?
Oh, you mean Jablonski Auto Body LLC?
We actually sold the twins naming rights.
You know, like stadiums do. Kids are so expensive these days. Here he comes.
Oasis Breeze Tan and Spa.
If you need a tan, I'm your man. Could do business with you.
Or we can look at some investment options for you.
Works for us.
The right money moves aren't as absurd as you think.
Gillette is just a fancy-looking Fusion 5? No, it ain't. It's Gillette's best shave. And its ultra-sharp blades last 50% longer. Hey, Joe, come feel my cheeks. Dad. Gillette, the best a man can get.
Keeps getting better. Giant Slayer and God's Chosen united a kingdom and changed the course of history. I'm Zachary Levi, and this is David, King of Israel. Streaming now on Fox Nation.
You know somebody lost their life. I had no idea.
You made you the teller of my truth. We found the whole club. Cause you're a hoe.
Is I can control. I'm tired of being called a liar. Why are you texting her in the middle of the night? I feel like you don't be having my back like I have yours. Girl, check your girl.
Don't bring your whole name up.
I'm down.
Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. All new Tuesdays at 8 on MTV.
The busy season is finally over. So get back to what you love. With Spectrum TV, you already have popular streaming apps included at no extra cost with live TV. In just a few simple steps, activate your apps. Then, cozy up with your favorite movies, binge-worthy series, and your comfort shows. From the coolest sports to the hottest action. Stay in and stream with Spectrum TV.
Welcome to the Halftime Report, sponsored by Jeep. There is only one as we bring you inside our College Hoop studio. Bob Stone and Casey Jacobson here with you. We should back out for the second half between St. John's and Seton Hall momentarily. But first, let's look ahead to tomorrow, Casey. UConn up 2 spots to number 4 in the AP poll. They are at Marquette at 12:30 Eastern. Then 5:30. It's a double bubble game. Indiana and Ohio State in Columbus. You can catch all the action on Fox. UConn sitting on the 1 line, according to our bracket expert, Mike DeCourcy. They are also the 1 seed for now, at least, for next week's Big East tournament. Is UConn where you thought they would be in the preseason compared to where they are now?
Yes, I understand the question. It has a connotation of like, yes, but are they a disappointment, right? And they are victims of their own success, Rob. They won back-to-back national titles just a couple of years ago, right? Not like we have to go back a decade or more. And both of those title teams ranked top 5 in the country in offense. They were methodical. They could blow you out This version of UConn, they rank 20th in the country in offense. So still good, but they don't have that extra gear that those title teams have to blow teams out by 20 and 30 points. Solo Ball has really been up and down with his three-point shot. If he gets it going, and Alex Caravan, Silas Demery at the point, like this team has the pieces. They really just, they lack the gear that the national championship team had.
You know what? Maybe you need to give them that gear and remind them that you think St. John's is the team to beat at the Big East tournament next week. We'll pivot from there to the Big Ten. Wednesday night, Indiana, they earned their 18th win in blowout fashion. They took care of Minnesota at home. Hoosiers, they jumped on the underman Gophers at a 20-6 start. Sam Alexis, full of energy and activity and full of stats. 23 points, 9 rebounds, 2 blocks. That ended a 4-game losing streak for Indiana. So, as we mentioned, a double bubble affair tomorrow on Fox. Hoosiers at Ohio State. IU kind of on the wrong side of the bubble. Ohio State just barely on the good side of the bubble. So use your gut, use your brain, use your math. Does Indiana go dancing later this month?
Unfortunately, my prediction is no on that. And the reason I say that is because they've had plenty of opportunities, Rob, to show us who they are. They've had 13 quad one games, and the quad ones are the big against all the big boys, right? They are 2-11 against quad one teams. So if they are on the wrong side of the bubble, if they miss a tournament, they have no one to blame but themselves. I enjoy watching this team play offense. They pass the basketball. They can score it defensively. They can't get consistent stops when they have to. We've mentioned they've lost 4 of their last 5, but 3 of those games were a blowout fashion against Purdue and Michigan. So they haven't shown me enough that they belong in the field.
And the Buckeyes, they could have stumbled Wednesday. They did not in Happy Valley. Throttled the Nittany Lions. Also tomorrow on Fox, Team USA takes to the field against Great Britain in the World Baseball Classic. Casey's giving me a look about that one. I don't know why. Second half between St. John's, Seton Hall coming up.
Still basketball season.
Experience the world's largest sports book at your fingertips.
I'm Derek Stevens. I'm a lifelong sports bettor and owner of Circus Sports. We built this platform for bettors that want high limits and total transparency.
Featuring tight money line splits, lowest holds, and exceptional live customer service.
Hi, how may I help you today?
Download your new bookie today and start betting like a pro.
Circus Sports.
You know how some things in life just belong together? Sundays and self-care. Every Manny needs its petty. So why choose between scent and softness? Dove Body Wash with 24-hour micro moisture gives you both.
All of his teeth are wisdom teeth. He's allowed to swim right after eating. He can always detect sarcasm in text messages. He is still the most interesting man in the world.
I don't always drink beer, but when I do, I prefer Dos Equis.
Stay thirsty, my friends.
Christmas Day 1987, a young LeBron was gifted a basketball, a hoop, and a dream. From day one, he worked until he became the chosen one. But what if his skills were never seen? No championship plan, no A&R bronze, no model for generational change. And is partnering with Indeed, because everyone's skills deserve to be seen. No matter the person, just one opportunity can help the world work better.
Being a business owner takes hard work and a whole lot of miles. We chose the Capital One Venture X business card. We earn unlimited double miles on every purchase. And with big purchasing power, we can spend more and earn more. What's in your wallet?
The college basketball crown is back. An elite postseason tournament on Fox and FS1. Teams from the top conferences put it all on the line to rule the court. April 1st, live from Las Vegas. The college basketball crown on Fox and FS1. Buy tickets at vividseats.com.
Corner? Delicious.
I'm starving. Unreal.
Actually, that's the real stuff. Archer meat snacks are made with 100% grass-fed beef.
That hits a spot.
Mm-hmm. Bringing out the blowtorch, huh? Life can get out of hand. When it does, keep it real. Archer, stick to real.
new on CBS.
This is unlike any competition you have ever seen. Culinary Hall of Fame.
We don't mind Best New Chef.
Michelin star. I don't care about your awards. I'm gonna take it all.
Just like a sporting event, there's strategy.
The battle of the ages. What's the drama?
I like the drama. I am pregnant. I know I'm going to be discounted.
One of the best competitors goes home on day one.
Make no mistake, this is only the beginning.
America's Culinary Cup is all new CBS Wednesday, 9:30, 8 Central.
Physical first half, played above the rim.
St. John's with a 3-point lead as we hit the second half. 38% from the field for St. John's, 33 for Seton Hall. Pretty even first half. St. John's jumped out on a 10-1 run early, but Seton Hall was able to respond. They played good defense. They blocked shots. That's what they do. And they are a second half. They've been a second half team most of this season. For Seton Hall, their leading scorer is A.J. Stanton-McCray with 6 points. Fisher has 3. Clark and Hines with 4 apiece for St. John's. Ejiofor, who sat a lot of that first half, at least the back end of it, has 9 points. He leads the St. John's still. Ruben Prey with a real good first half, 7 points, 3 or 4 from the field. He even hit a 3-pointer. And St. John's with a 30-27 lead, 20 minutes to go. St. John's will clinch at least a share of the regular season Big East title with a win. Seton Hall on the bubble. Most have them in their next 4 out. Some have them in the first 4 out. But either way, they need a win tonight. As we get underway in the second half, Stanton-McCray with the ball in the front court. Seton Hall moving right to left here in the second half. It's now Williams has it. Williams back out to Clark, being guarded by Darling. Clark on the floor. Oh, and there's a steal, and he couldn't handle it. Good play by Mitchell. Clark gets it back in the backcourt, gets it across. Coming, looking, with a head of steam, drives, spins into the lane, puts up a jumper, no good. Rebound is picked up by Fisher, back out to McCray. Stanton-McCray drives into the paint, feeds Fisher, and he puts it off the glass and in. Pretty shot by Fisher, and it's a 1-point game, 30-29, 12 second chance points for Seton Hall. St. John's first possession in the second half into the front court. Ejiofor is on the floor, puts it on the ground, puts it on the deck and drives, and he hits a layup. Zuby Ejiofor, 11 points now, 32-29. St. John's with the lead. Ejiofor, 2 fouls, sat a good portion of the last 8 minutes or so of the first half. Seton Hall with the ball, interior pass to Simpkins, and he throws it down with 2 hands. And the lead cut back to 1. St. John's, here comes Dylan Darling, looking to drive, gets it inside, and it's blocked. Blocked, and Seton Hall's got it. They're pushing. Seton Hall in the front court, driving, goes up for the wild layup, no good. Now St. John's will bring it the other way. St. John's with numbers. Hopkins feeds it to Zuby, and he lays it in. Zuby Ejiofor, 13 points, 4 straight. Here to open the second half, 3-point lead for St. John's. Seton Hall went down with a head of steam, missed a wild layup, and St. John's with numbers the other way. Hopkins gives it to Zuby, who lays it in easily. 4 straight for Zuby to open the second half. Here is Stanton-McCray. Looks, gets it up top now to Payne. Payne gives it to Clark. Looks to drive. Now he pulls it back out, picks up his dribble, and a turnover as he throws it away. Intended a pass for Rivera. Missed him. And St. John's, a good start here, first couple minutes in this second half. So a turnover there by Seton Hall, and that's not what they wanted. That's not how they wanted to start this second half. 3-point lead. Remember, St. John's came back 15 points down in the first game, and there's the clock almost turns over Dylan Darling, but it gets it to Sellers. Now Zuby has it, hands it off. Back to Sellers. Sellers drives, right elbow. Picks up his dribble, Gets it to Mitchell. Mitchell, left-hand dribble. Good pass across the court for three. Sannon, and he got it. Oh, Jason Sannon with a big shot and a good pass from Mitchell all the way across the court to the far corner. 6-point St. John's lead. Exactly what they wanted to start this second half, how they wanted to start this second half. Here's a three from Fisher, no good, and a foul on the floor called. It's going to be against St. John's, it looks like. And it's Zuby with his third foul of the game. So let's see what Pitino decides to do here. Sannon finally getting, into the mix here for St. John's. That was his first made shot. So Ejiofor will hit the bench now with 13 points, 3 fouls though. And Pitino's going to try and save him. Here's the inbound into the backcourt, handled by Fisher. He walks it across the timeline, hands it to Clark. Seton Hall sets up their offense. Clark drives left side, pulls it back now, drives back into the paint, looking hard, physical drive by Bud Clark, and he puts it off the glass and in. And the St. John's lead is cut to 4. Dylan Darling with the ball. Gets it left wing Sannon. Sannon, who just hit his first 3 of the game, gets it out to Mitchell. Back to Sannon. Looking, pulls up from the left wing. 3-pointer, and he buries it. 2 in a row for Sannon. It's 40-33. St. John's with the lead. So Sannon waking up here in the second half. He played 10 minutes in the first half. Nothing. Comes out here and hits 2 straight threes on consecutive possessions. And St. John's has a 7-point lead. Here's a pass. Seton Hall has it now. Fisher goes into the paint, throws it off the glass. Pretty shot and in. As the offenses have woken up here in the first 4 minutes of the second half. St. John's in the front court now. Prey has it. Prey hands it off. Sannon again. Let's see if he shoots. He loves to shoot. He bounces it back into Prey in the paint. Good move. Goes up and a foul. Ruben Prey will go to the free throw line. Foul on, I believe, Rivera, and that brings us to our first time out. 15:48 to go. Second half, 5-point St. John's lead. This is St. John's basketball on Locked Up Sports.
St. John's fan, March is coming and the Red Storm is looking to make it 2 straight Big East championships. Locked Up Sports is the internet radio home of St. John's basketball, and Monday we have New York Post St. John's beat reporter Zach Braziller on as the Johnnies gear up for a massive game at UConn. You're not going to want to miss it.
Legends are born in March, and this March will be no different. Locked Up Sports is your home for all the madness. Join us March 11th through 14th for all the Big East tournament action. Our selection show on the 15th, then keep it locked in starting March 19th. From practice floors to packed arenas, from the bracket reveal to the final buzzer, we've got every moment covered. It all starts here. LockedUpSports.com. Stream and subscribe today.
What's up, NFL fans? Quarterback Josh Dobbs here. You may know me as the Pastronaut.
This is my time. I'm on the rise. Can't hold me down. I'm too fly. This is my time.
I've always loved space and football. Growing up, some people told me I had to choose. But here's the deal. You can be great at more than one thing. And getting involved in STEM opens up your world to a universe of opportunities in life. Space isn't just for the astronauts.
It's for all of us. It's not just for engineers like myself. It's for teachers, students, designers, mechanics, scientists,
and millions of football fans across the world.
3, 2, 1, watch out, here I come. This is my time. I'm on the rise. Can't hold me down. I'm too fly. This is my time.
Get inspired and get involved today. There are STEM programs and science centers available in your community, so be sure to check out spaceforall.us to learn more and get started.
This is my time.
After all, there are no limits when there are footprints on the moon. Find your place in space. Space for all.
You're listening to St. John's basketball on Locked Up Sports.
40-35, St. John's with the lead here in the second half. St. John's trying to lock down at least a share of the Big East regular season championship as UConn plays Marquette tomorrow. If UConn wins and St. John's wins, they share the Big East regular season title. St. John's number 18 in the country. UConn has moved up to number 4 in the country, as they are now threatening to get a 1 seed. So Huge game here with lots of NCAA tournament implications as far as Seton Hall go. Lots of Big East seeding implications as far as St. John's goes, and Big East championships, the regular season championships on the line here at The Rock in Newark. We want to thank everybody for listening to the stream here, watching. Don't forget to check out our website, lockedupsports.net. Don't forget to share the stream, like the stream, and we appreciate any comments or reviews you leave. Thank you again for listening. Big East tournament next week. 5-point lead for St. John's. 24 NCAA tournaments for Rick Pitino in 36 seasons as coach. He's the only coach in history to take 6 different schools to the big dance, and he will be taking St. John's for the second time this year. Looking at probably about a 5 seed. Ruben Prey on the line for St. John's. First free throw is good. Ruben Prey has really been a big factor in this one. He's played really well with edge of 4 in foul trouble. Came out in the second half, back on the bench now with 3 fouls. And St. John's really hasn't suffered too much with him on the bench. He still leads the scoring. He misses the second free throw. It's a 6-point lead. Here comes Bud Clark into the front court. Gives it to Dar. Now back to Bud Clark. Left wing. Here's Williams driving into the paint, and he dribbles it off his leg. Seton Hall saying it went off of Prey. They're asking for a review. Let's see if Holloway's going to review. The referees come together. Let's see the replay here. Let's see what we got. And nope, it went off of Prey's leg. Yeah, that's going to be Seton Hall ball. And they correct it there. Shireen Holloway is happy with the decision. Here's the inbound, driving into the lane. It is Stanton McCray off the glass. Wild layup, no good. Prey with the rebound, and he gets it to Dylan Darling. Darling pushing it up the court now. Darling hands off to Sannon, who's been hot here in the second half. Sannon looking, pulls up his dribble, gets it into the corner to Mitchell. Mitchell across to Sellers for 3, and he got it. Oh, Dylan. Mitchell with a beautiful pass. Second time he's done it, putting it completely across court. And St. John's with their largest lead of the game, a 9-point lead. Williams for Seton Hall gets it to Bud Clark on the right wing. Guarded by Dylan Darling. Screen set. He goes left. He drives into the paint, pulls up 13-footer. Count it. Bud Clark with a pretty shot. 44-37. St. John's with the lead. Both teams with 5 field goals in the second half. St. John's with the ball now in the front court. Sellers being double teamed. Now they back off it. Right wing, Sannon. Back up top to Darling. Dylan Darling drives into the baseline, throws it through the hands of Prey, but it comes right to Sannon for 3. No good. And rebound to Seton Hall. Darling wanted to get it to Prey, went right through his hands, right to Sannon, who missed the 3. Here's Clark in the front court. Clark throws up and he's fouled and he misses the shot. But he'll be shielded out. They're going to call it on the floor, I believe. The foul is on Ruben Prey. I'll tell you what, Dylan Mitchell has thrown a couple beautiful passes completely across court in the front court. First one was to Sannon. This one was to Sellers. And they both resulted in 3s for the Red Storm. Inbound now. Seton Hall has it in the front court. It's Stanton McCray. Right side, guarded by Prey. Pulls up his dribble, gets it inside, interior pass. Good catch by Hines, and he throws it down the layup and the foul. Chance at a 3-point play. Hines with a beautiful play after a beautiful interior pass into the down low into the block. Just over the hands of Prey. There was a mismatch with Hines and Darling guarding him. Hines recognized the mismatch, went up with the left hand. Foul was on Jackson, who came over to help. And Seton Hall can cut this to a 4-point lead if Hines can make the free throw. He's 3 for 3 from the field tonight. 4 rebounds, 6 points. Free throw on its way. Got it. 3-point play. It's a 4-point game. 44-40. Here's some pressure now on the defensive end from Seton Hall. They trap Sellers. He gets it to Hopkins. Hopkins brings it over into the front court. Hopkins spins, drives into the lane, feeds Prey. Prey puts it on the ground, throws it off the glass. Wild shot, no good. Rebound to Seton Hall. St. John's got us calm down here a bit now. Into the front court. It is Simpkins. Simpkins with the ball for Seton Hall. They trail by 4. Now the ball on the ground. It is Stan McCray. Drives off the glass, and he got it. Oh, a 7-0 run for Seton Hall. They've cut it to a 2-point lead for St. John's. Timeout, St. John's. Couple bad trips down the floor for the Red Storm. Wild shots. Prey with one there. And now you got to start to think, when does Patino go back to Zuby Ejiofor? He's played most of this second half without him. He played a good portion of the end of the first half without him. The lead that was once 7 has now been cut to 2 on a 7-0 run by Seton Hall. 44-42. Still a lot of time to go. 13 and a half to play in the second half. So Patino's got some decisions to make here. Does he put Ejiofor back in now, risk a 4th foul, and then you really got to be careful with him? We'll see what he does. We'll be back right after this. This is St. John's basketball on Locked Up Sports.
Legends are born in March, and this March will be no different. Locked Up Sports is your home for all the madness. Join us March 11th through 14th for all the Big East tournament action. Our selection show on the 15th, then keep it locked in starting March 19th. From practice floors to packed arenas, from the bracket reveal to the final buzzer, we've got every moment covered. It all starts here. LockedUpSports.com. Stream and subscribe today.
What's up, NFL fans? Quarterback Josh Dobbs here. You may know me as the Pastronaut.
This is my time. I'm on the rise. Can't hold me down. I'm too fly. This is my time.
I've always loved space and football. Growing up, some people told me I had to choose. But here's the deal. You can be great at more than one thing, and getting involved in STEM opens up your world to a universe of opportunities in life. Space isn't just for the astronauts.
It's for all of us. It's not just for engineers like myself. It's for teachers, students, designers, mechanics, scientists,
and millions of football fans across the world.
3, 2, 1, watch out, here I come. This is my time. I'm on the rise. Can't hold me down.
To St. John's basketball on Locked Up Sports.
All right, we're back. Thank you, everybody, for watching, listening to the stream. Don't forget, share the stream, like the stream on here a Friday night in Newark, New Jersey at the Rock, the Prudential Center. Seton Hall trails St. John's as they have made a 7-0 run. They made a game of it here. It's only a 2-point game. Zuby Ejiofor in foul trouble for St. John's. They've gotten good second half here from Sannon, who has 6 points in the second half. Hopkins has played well, and Ruben Prey with 8 points. Had a real good first half, has fallen off a bit here in the second half. Nothing crazy, though. We had a wild layup attempt last time down the court. Back came Seton Hall. They scored a bucket. It's now a 2-point game, 44-42. Is your score, 13:37 to go. St. John's won the first meeting earlier this season at Madison Square Garden, erasing a 15-point second half deficit. Seton Hall, who has been a second half team most of the game, not that game obviously, but most of the season, desperately needs a win in their NCAA tournament hopes. And here's the inbound. It's bobbled, and it's a wild throw and a turnover. Seton Hall has it. Going up is Dar, and he's fouled. Oh, St. John's coming out of a timeout. A terrible inbound play. Prey throws it away. Mitchell got caught in the corner. After he just got a hand on it, he threw it up for grabs. Seton Hall came down with it, and now they're shooting free throws, and Ruben Prey now has 3 fouls as well. I think you got to go to Ejiofor. You got to go back to Ejiofor. If him and Prey both with 3 fouls, it's only a matter of time before you put Ejiofor back in. As this thing, starting the lead has slipped away. The first free throw is missed by Dar. Jacob Dar. Jackson will exit the game. Mitchell returns back in. I believe it's Mitchell. Yeah, it's Mitchell. I'm sorry, not Mitchell. Darling. Dylan Darling comes in for Jackson. Second free throw on its way. Good. He makes 1 of 2. 44-43, 1-point game. More pressure from Seton Hall as St. John's gets it in, and Prey will run it up the front into the front court. Hooks up his dribble. Now gets it to Mitchell, and a foul called on Clark. Bud Clark, a little too rough, trying to run through a screen. Second team foul, only the second team foul on Seton Hall. St. John's inbounding. Mitchell has it, gives it to Darling. Darling running the offense here at the point for St. John's. Right wing, Darling still has it. Looking, dribble with the right hand. Gives it back. Mitchell gets it back to Darling. Darling into the paint. Throws up a left-hander, and it rims around and in. Good. Nice drive by Dylan Darling as St. John's breaks the scoring drought. It was an 8-2 run for Seton Hall. They trail by 3. 46-43, 12:50 to go. Second half. Clark with the ball for Seton Hall in the front court. Left wing, and there's he bobbled it. Fisher bobbled it, gets it down low. Hines looking, puts it up, and he's fouled. Hines, who has been a presence down low for Seton Hall here in the second half, is fouled. He will go to the line. Foul is on Hopkins. Pretty drive, as they show the replay on television. Pretty drive by Dylan Darling into the lane to get the first bucket the Johnnies have had in a little while there. Breaks the scoring drought. Najee Hines on the line. 7 points tonight. He averages just over 6 for the season. Seton Hall, one of the lowest scoring teams in the Big East. Free throw, good by Hines. It's a 2-point game. 46-44. 12:41 to go in the second half. Finale of the Big East regular season right here. Hines makes both of them, and it's a 1-point game. Here's some pressure now in the backcourt. St. John's got to get it in. They do. It's Hopkins. And Seton Hall backs off. Darling into the front court to Jackson. Left wing now Hopkins. Hopkins being guarded by Dar. Prey now has it up top. Prey with 3 fouls. Tries to bounce pass and throws it away. Throws it right into the arms of Simpkins, who brings it up court. Tries to feed Hines, and it's a turnover. It's ball's on the ground, and it's going to be St. John's ball as it goes out of bounds. Oh, golden opportunity missed by Seton Hall there. Bad pass on the other end by Prey. A bounce pass inside, right into the arms of Simpkins, who fed Hines on the fast break. He couldn't handle it, juggled it, went on the floor, bodies everywhere, and the ball went out of bounds. St. John's gets the ball back. So inbounding under their own hoop is St. John's. More pressure here from Seton Hall, as Clark is going to now back off, and they're going to let Darling take it over into the front court. Mitchell has it. Sannon now back to Darling. Darling looks, drives, double teamed, and he loses a handle. Still on the ground. Darling gets it back out to Sannon for 3. No good. Rebound, Prey. Oh, pretty rebound by Prey. Gets it back. Darling fakes the 3. Now drives into the lane. Darling with the left hand, and he got it. And the foul. Dylan Darling. Big time bucket for St. John's. They have a 3-point lead, and Darling going to the line. That ball was on the ground for a minute. It kind of pinballed around, came right to Darling. He faked the 3, got his man to go in the air, then drove it into the lane in a pretty left-hand layup. Dylan Darling will be trying to compete a 3-point play. 48-45. St. John's with the lead. Ejiofor still on the bench. Has not been brought in with the 3 fouls. Prey with 3 fouls as well. Maybe Patino waiting for Prey to see how long he can get him to hold this lead with St. John's, with Zuby on the bench. We'll see. Listen, he's taking a gamble putting him on the bench, but with 3 fouls, you're also taking a gamble putting him back in the game. Big East tournament starts next week on the 11th through the 14th is the Big East tournament. Get your tickets at Ticketmaster. Verified resale tickets available at Ticketmaster as well. It should be a good tournament. It starts on the 11th, and it goes through the 14th. Saturday at 6 o'clock is your championship game, and a lot of people expect St. John's to be in it. Nobody really expects Seton Hall, but, we've seen crazy things happen at Madison Square Garden in March at the Big East tournament, so you never know. It's always a fun time, so get on out there, get your tickets today from Ticketmaster. We'll reset you a little bit here. St. John's, Zuby on the bench with 3 fouls. He's got 13 points. He still leads, even with on the bench all that time, most of the second half. He has 13 points. He leads St. John's. Sannon with 2 threes early. He's got 6. Jackson really has not played in this game. Only 2 minutes for Ian Jackson. No points. Mitchell with 4 points. Sellers with 3. As far as Seton Hall goes, they've kept in this game. Seton Hall, you got Fisher with 7, Stanton McCray with 6, Clark leads the way with 8. I'm sorry, Hines leads the way with 9. Clark has 8 for Seton Hall. Seton Hall only 2, well now 3 team fouls in the second half. St. John's has 5 team fouls. And the possession arrow is in the favor of the Pirates from Seton Hall. 11:55 to go. Free throw coming up for Dylan Darling, trying to complete a 3-point play. As St. John's is now just under 12 minutes away from their second straight Big East regular season title. Whether it's a shared title or not, if they win tonight, will be determined tomorrow by UConn, as they play Marquette early game, 12:30. So, right around 3 o'clock, we will know if we have a solo champion or a co-champion in the Big East regular season. Some sloppy trips down the floor by both teams, really. Turnovers on the last couple of possessions, but Dylan Darling able to take advantage, get a second chance for St. John's, and he put it in. Here comes the free throw. And he gets it off the front of the iron. No good. Rebound taken off by Parker. He gives it to Bud Clark, who brings it into the front court. Now back to Simpkins. Parker has Stan McCray. Stan McCray has it. Now it's Parker. Puts it on the floor. Here's Seton Hall driving into the lane. Simpkins goes up and under with the layup. No good. Rebound. Seton Hall gets it, and a foul called. No, he dribbled it out of bounds. St. John's gets the ball back. Dar had the rebound, dribbled it, put it on the floor, it hit the line. Out of bounds. We go the other way. St. John's basketball, 48-45. The number 18 team in the country with a 3-point lead. Seton Hall giving them a tough game, as was expected. St. John's playing most of this game without Zuby Ejiofor, or at least most of the second half without Zuby Ejiofor, with 3 fouls on the bench. Hopkins brings it into the front court, gives it to Darling. A little trouble by Hopkins there. He almost lost the handle. Prey has it. Prey's had himself a good game. Right wing now, Mitchell. Mitchell to Sannon. Sannon thinks about a 3, now gives it off to Darling, who does the same, puts it on the floor, into the paint, runner, and a whistle and a foul on Clark. I believe it's on the floor. It'll be the 6th team foul. 3rd on Bud Clark. So you got to watch that now as he enters into a little bit of foul trouble. He's going to exit the game. Holloway will take him out with 3 fouls. The foul was on the floor. Prey has it off the inbound for St. John's in the front court. Gets it down low. Hopkins. Hopkins in the paint underneath. Throws it off the glass and in. Strong layup by Hopkins. 5-point lead for St. John's. 11 minutes to go. Seton Hall, their point guard now on the bench. Simpkins will bring it up, guarded by Darling. Trey Parker in for Clark. Parker has it up top. Looks, drives with the right hand into the paint. Baseline jumper is blocked by Prey and out of bounds. Ruben Prey with a good block as he continues to play real well with Ejiofor on the bench. Ejiofor has been on the bench since about the minute-and-a-half mark of the second half. Here's the 3 off the inbound. No good. Rebound to Hopkins. St. John's looking to build on a 5-point lead. 0 for 7 is Seton Hall in the second half. Sannon drives, looks, Prey's up with the right hand. No good. Follow was Prey, and he gets it and the foul. Oh, Sannon went in, missed the layup. Prey followed it beautifully. Gets it and the foul. Sannon went up. They wanted to walk. Everybody in the building wanted to walk on Dylan Darling. It looked like he did walk. It was missed. And a foul. No, the basket's not going to count because the foul was on Sannon's shot, not the rebound from Prey, who tapped it back in. So it's going to be Sannon shooting free throws. He misses the first one. 5-point lead, 10:26 to go. Second free throw on its way. He missed a pair. He missed them both. Rebound to Seton Hall. They bring it up into the front court. 10:22 to go. 5-point St. John's lead. Oh, wild driving and a foul called and a kickball. Nope, kickball. And it's going to be off of Seton Hall. But it was kicked by St. John's. Let's see. No, that was not kicked. I don't know what the referee's calling there. It looked like it went off of Seton Hall. Seton Hall's going to get to inbound this ball, though. Relatively rough night here for the officials. I don't think they've had a real great game. Inbounding underneath the hoop will be Dar for Seton Hall. Look, a lot of contact going on. They inbound it, gets it out to Parker. Parker guarded by Darling. Right wing now is Williams. Back to Fisher. Fisher drives. Stan McCray has it. Now Stan McCray goes up with an underhand layup. No good. Rebound Simpkins, and he puts it back and in. So Simpkins saves that possession. St. John's got to get it in. Pressure now from Seton Hall. Prey has it. Gets it back to Mitchell. And Mitchell will walk it over the timeline into the front court. 16 second chance points tonight for Seton Hall. 9 for St. John's. Darling has it at the top. Looks to drive now. Pulls it back. Gives it to Sannon. Now to Prey. Prey up top. Hands it to Darling. Darling looks just inside. Pass going the other way. Tried to throw it across the grain. It's intercepted. Here comes Stanton McCray. McCray into the paint. Goes up with the finger roll right hand, and he got it. And just like that, it's a 1-point lead for St. John's. Seton Hall with a 4-0 run timeout. Red Storm. 9:28 to go. 50-49. We'll be back. This is St. John's basketball on Locked Up Sports.
You're locked into Locked Up Sports, the internet home of the Big East Tournament. We'll take you from Selection Sunday through every bracket buster all the way to the Final Four. Keep it locked into Locked Up Sports for the baseball is right around the corner. Warm weather, blue skies, and the crack of the bat. Spring training is here. Nobody covers the Yankees. Nobody covers the Mets like Locked Up Sports. Daily expert takes all season long the best baseball coverage on the internet.
You're listening to St. John's basketball on Locked Up Sports.
Timeout, St. John's, 50-49. Quick 4 points by Seton Hall has cut this thing to a 1-point lead. Just the turnovers by St. John's. Another bad pass by Dylan Darling. He threw it across the grain. He was driving into the lane, tried to kick it out, but just an awkward-looking pass. Intercepted. Ejiofor with 3 fouls. Jackson with 3 fouls. Prey with 3 fouls for St. John's. Bud Clark with 3. He's on the bench as well. Fisher and Hines with 2 each. So St. John's in a bit more foul trouble than Seton Hall with their 2 big guys. You know, the Ejiofor and his substitute, his replacement, Prey, both with 3 fouls. They're going to try and trap in the backcourt Darling, and then the St. John's breaks the trap, and they get it across the timeline. Here comes Ejiofor all the way in, and he misses. As Ejiofor enters the game back, Prey takes the seat. So this is the first time we've seen Ejiofor in about 10 minutes. 9:05 to go. Second half, 50-49. Seton Hall with the ball. They can take the lead with a bucket. Parker has it. Parker gets it now to Simpkins. Now it's Parker again. Parker drives in the lane, throws up a runner. Wild shot, no good, no whistle. Here comes St. John's. St. John's coming down the floor with numbers. Hopkins drives into the paint. He runs over his guy. No foul called. Lays it up and in. Oh, Seton Hall wanted a call there. They didn't get it. Hopkins put it up off the glass and in. 11 points for Hopkins. St. John's back with a 3-point lead. Oh, and Darling goes for the steal, and he gets it. And a foul called on Parker. Dylan Darling with his specialty, those quick hands, reaches in. And he got the ball. They called the foul. I thought they called it on Seton Hall. But it looks like it's going to be on St. John's. Darling is going to be called for the foul on the reach-in. Boy, that is his specialty. He goes after those balls. He's got quick hands. Seton Hall is shooting 1-1. That's a tough call. You probably should have let them play this. So Seton Hall shooting 1-1 as they are in the bonus. 17 fouls for St. John's. Sannon exits. Sellers comes in for the Johnnies. 3-point lead. And free throws here. 1-1. First one on its way. No good off the back of the rim. Rebound was Seton Hall. Williams got the rebound. Another chance for the Pirates. Parker has it. Parker gets it to Williams, right wing. Looking to tie the game, looking to tie the game. Here comes the drive by Stanton McCray. Backs up for three in the tie. No good off the back of the iron. Rebound to Mitchell. Mitchell brings it up, jogs in the front court, throws it away. A bad pass. He's looking for Zuby down low, but he overthrew everybody into the front row. And a turnover by St. John's. Another turnover. They've got 7. They're right at their season average. Another chance to tie for Seton Hall, down 3. Stanton McCray has it in the front court. Seton Hall giving it everything they got here tonight. They need this in the worst way. Parker, right side. Here comes Hines, and he loses control into the hands of Mitchell. Turnover, 9th turnover for Seton Hall. And St. John's with the ball. Here's Sellers. Sellers looks for 3. He takes one on the right wing, and he buries it. Oziah Sellers with a big 3-pointer. St. John's with a 6-point lead. Timeout. Seton Hall. Shireen Holloway not happy at all as Sellers hits the big 3 on the other end. St. John's with a 6-point lead. 7:23 to go. This is St. John's basketball on Locked Up Sports.
Legends are born in March, and this March will be no different. Locked Up Sports is your home for all the madness. Join us March 11th through 14th for all the Big East tournament action. Our selection show on the 15th, then keep it locked in starting March 19th. From practice floors to packed arenas, from the bracket reveal to the final buzzer, we've got every moment covered. It all starts here. LockedUpSports.com. Stream and subscribe today.
What's up, NFL fans? Quarterback Josh Dobbs here. You may know me as the Pastronaut.
This is my time. I'm on the rise. Can't hold me down. I'm too fly. This is my time.
I've always loved space and football. Growing up, some people told me I had to choose. But here's the deal. You can be great at more than one thing, and getting involved in STEM opens up your world to a universe of opportunities in life. Space isn't just for the astronauts.
It's for all of us. It's not just for engineers like myself. It's for teachers, students, designers, mechanics, scientists,
and millions of football fans across the world.
3, 2, 1, watch out, here I come. This is my time. I'm on the rise. Can't hold me down. I'm too fly. This is my time.
Get inspired and get involved today. There are STEM programs and science centers available in your community, so be sure to check out spaceforall.us to learn more and get started.
This is my time.
After all, there are no limits when there are footprints on the moon. Find your place in space. Space for all.
All right, we're back. It is a 55-49 6-point lead for St. John's as they are now just 7.5 minutes away from a regular season, their second straight regular season championship in the Big East. Once again, thank you everybody for watching. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to share the stream, like the stream, and hit the subscribe button in YouTube or follow us on X and join our Facebook group, wherever you happen to be finding this game. St. John's, absolutely a tournament team. Seton Hall right on the bubble, on the wrong side of the bubble, according to most people. And they need this win. This would be a good win, a good resume-building win for St. John's. A little update on the World Baseball Classic. USA was up 7-1. It's now 8-5 as Brazil has cut into the Americans' lead a bit. I believe there was just a 3-run homer. I got the game on the TV here in front of me. 8-5 in the bottom of the 8th. U.S. over Brazil. Puerto Rico won earlier. So, that's what's going on there. Is baseball just around the corner, folks. We got it coming. But we got business to take care of here first. Seton Hall with the ball, down 6, 7:15 to go. Clark with 3 fouls back in the game for Seton Hall. Here's now Simpkins. Simpkins drives, pulls up, left elbow jumper, no good. Rebound available. Hines got it, and he puts it back and in. And no basket. Offensive foul called. Hines can't believe it. Turnover, Seton Hall. St. John's retains their 6-point lead. They have the ball. I think they called a push off. I don't think it was on Hines. Holloway on the sideline. He can't believe it. Arms stretched out in disbelief. And St. John's now with Seton Hall, with St. John's in the bonus, they'll be shooting 1-1. The foul was called on Hines as he pushed. It looks like he pushed the defender out of the way. 7:09 to go, 6-point lead. St. John's looking to build on it. First one is no good. They can't hit their free throws. Simpkins with the rebounds. Clark now brings it up for Seton Hall into the front court. Guarded by Dylan Darling. Clark puts it on the floor, drives left wing, top of the key, hands it off to Fisher. Fisher looking in the lane. Hines, right hand is good. Pretty little jump shot, a little bunny from Hines, and it's 55-51. Sellers with the ball now for St. John's. Zuby Ejiofor's got it. Zuby playing with 3 fouls. Got to be careful here. Gets it down low. Zuby, right hand turnaround jumper is good. Zuby Ejiofor with 15 points and a 6-point St. John lead. 6 for 10 from the field for Ejiofor. 57-51 as we come up on 6 minutes to go in this one. Seton Hall with the ball, trailing by 6. Clark has it, right wing. Looking for someone to pass. Puts it on the floor, picks it up now, gets it down to Hines. Hines drives into the lane, spins, fadeaway, jumper, no good. Back of the iron, rebound by Zuby. And here comes St. John's. St. John's looking to extend the lead here. They're up by 6. Zuby has it, fakes the 3, now puts it on the ground, into the lane, and he got it in the layup. Zuby Ejiofor. 17 points. A beautiful drive down the lane, maneuvering in between defenders. And he has made an immediate impact from coming back off the bench. 8-point lead. It's St. John's extending this. This is danger time here for Seton Hall. They need to slow this little run down by St. John's. Here's Simpkins. Down low. Hines has it. Hines in the block. Look, beautiful bounce pass to Stan McCray, and he lays it in. Oh, he missed the layup. No, he missed the layup. 59-51. McCray blew the easy layup. Like I said, danger time here for Seton Hall. Here's Darling. Darling with the ball at the top of the key. Finds Zuby. Zuby in the paint. Gets it back. Here's a 3 for Jackson. No good. Rebound is tapped around and grabbed with one hand by Seton Hall and Fisher. Here's Clark in the front court. Clark drives right baseline. Now kicks it out. Oh, good catch by Hines, who keeps the possession. Saved a throwaway there from Clark. Here's Simpkins now. Simpkins drives down the lane into the paint, pulls up his dribble, turnaround, fadeaway, no good off the back of the rim. Rebound loose, picked up by Sellers. And St. John's will have the ball, and they'll slow it down with 4:15 to go and an 8-point lead. Dylan Darling into the front court. Seton Hall hasn't scored in almost 2.5 minutes. Darling, right wing, Sellers for 3 from the corner. Got it, big shot. And St. John's has opened up a 9-point lead with 4:02 to go, their largest lead of the game. Under 4 minutes left. Time out. Shireen Holloway and Seton Hall. St. John's beginning to feel it. 9-point lead, 62-51, 4:07 to go in the second half. Zuby making a big impact coming back off the bench after the foul trouble. He still only has 3 fouls, so it looks like he's going to be okay. And then Sellers from the corner from Darling with a big 3. It's a 9-point St. John's lead. And they are starting to feel it as Seton Hall's getting a little sloppy. McCray missed an easy layup. I actually called it as he made the layup. I took my eyes off it because it was that easy. Missed it. St. John's comes down. They turn it around into 3 points. And just like that, it's back to a 9-point lead, matching St. John's' largest of the game, as the number 18 team in the country looks to secure at least a share of the Big East regular season championship. Big game for Zuby Ejiofor. I mean, what else would you expect? He's the leading candidate for Player of the Year in the Big East. For Seton Hall, Fisher with 9, Hines with 9, couple guys with 8, Clark and Stanton McCray both with 8. But I mean, Stanton McCray he's got 8 points, but he's got 3 of 15 from the field. I mean, he is just bad shooting. Seton Hall has not shot the ball well in the second half. They went, I think they're still on the scoring drought. It's over 3 minutes now for Seton Hall in their latest scoring drought. We'll pause here 10 seconds. We'll be right back. This is St. John's basketball on Locked Up Sports.
St. John's fan, March is coming and the Red Storm is looking to make it 2 straight Big East championships. Locked Up Sports is the internet radio home of St. John's basketball, and Monday we have New York Post St. John's beat reporter Zach Braziller on as the Johnnies gear up for a massive game at UConn.
You're listening to St. John's basketball on Locked Up Sports.
62-51, St. John's with the lead. A big 3 from Sellers in the corner on the last trip down has given them the lead. Back up to 9. Seton Hall called a timeout. Shireen Holloway wanted to talk it over. Seton Hall will be the 4 seed next week in the Big East tournament. Get your tickets for the Big East tournament on Ticketmaster now. Verified resale tickets available at Ticketmaster. March 11th through the 14th is the tournament at the world's most famous arena. So Zuby Ejiofor, who sat most of this second half, has really come in and immediate impact, as you would expect. He's the best player on the floor when he's on the floor, but got himself into a little bit of foul trouble late in the first half, came back, played well, picked up his 3rd foul early second half, sat on the bench for about 10 minutes, and came back out, and immediate impact. Ruben Prey has also played well in Zuby's absence when he was on the bench. So St. John's now just a couple minutes away from a possible Big East, 2nd consecutive Big East regular season title. They're shooting 50% from the field. Seton Hall's only 37% from the field. They really have not shot the ball well. They are the lowest scoring team in the Big East. Here's Clark, drives into the lane. Clark kicks it out. Simpkins, good defense by St. John's. Back out to Clark. He's going to again put it on the floor. Drives, free throw line. Jumper, got the roll, and in. And finally, Seton Hall gets some points on the board. 3+ minutes without a bucket. Clark has 10. St. John's with the ball, 3.5 to go. And a 9-point lead. 62-53. Dylan Darling has it. Gets it to Zuby in the paint. Pulls up. Looks around. Finds it back to Darling at the top. They'll reset. Sets the screen. Darling drives into the paint. Pivots. Lost the handle, and it's a turnover into the hands of Seton Hall. Across into the front court. Here comes Clark. Clark looking to drive. Pulls up. Good defense by Sellers. Again, he crosses him over. Now he drives. Baseline, right side. Clark goes up, and he's fouled. Misses the shot, but he's fouled. He will shoot free throws. Boy, Clark for a small guy. Free throws. Second one. Good. 62-54. St. John's with the lead. 2:52 to play. Here comes Zuby's got it. Brings it across the timeline. Seton Hall needs a stop here. Dylan Darling has it, puts it on the floor, drives into the lane, and there's a turnover. No, they're going to call a reach and foul. Ooh, close one right there. Almost a turnover. Foul is on Trey Parker of Seton Hall, his second. And that would have been a big turnover if Seton Hall could have got it. Parker's going to exit the game now. It's a 8-point lead for St. John's. Dylan Darling shooting free throws. St. John's 7 of 16 from the free throw line today. Not good. First one of a 1-on-1 is good. He earns the second one. They are now 8 of 17 from the free throw line. Those are not good numbers. Seton Hall not much. No, Seton Hall is better. 15 of 21, 71%, 43% for St. John's. Darling is a 73% free throw shooter. Second one, got them both. It's a 10-point lead. 2:35 to go. Into the front court, Clark. Seton Hall's got to get it going now if they're going to have a chance here. Here's Sipkins for three, and it's blocked by Zuby out of bounds. Oh, good recovery on the back end, coming in, blocking the three, which looked like an open three. But he closed the gap real quick, and a good block out of bounds. Seton Hall ball. Here's the drive. Clark into the paint, and he puts up a runner, and it's good. 9-point lead. I'm sorry, 8-point lead. Here's some pressure in the backcourt by Clark. Oh, falling to the ground is Darling. He gets it to Sellers. St. John's gets across the line. Sellers is now going to back it out. Call a timeout. Down to the ground went Darling. He slipped on the ground, on the floor. That could have been a disaster. It was a good defense played by Clark. Oh, he lost his shoe. That's what happened. Clark, Darling's shoe came off and he slipped on his sock. Yeah, he got a flat tire right there by Clark. The shoe came completely off, and then he slipped, went right down to the ground. Seems like he's all right though, no injury. 8-point lead. St. John's pretty close to putting this thing to bed and winning their second straight Big East championship. The possession arrow is to St. John's. They are 50% from the field. Seton Hall really struggling, 39.2% from the field. They are 0 of 9 on three-pointers. Yet to hit a three-pointer in this game. 16 of 23 from free throw line. The three-pointers has been the difference here. Defensive rebounds, they're out-rebounding St. John's. They got Ejiofor in foul trouble. They had him off the court for a good chunk of this game. They just haven't been able to shoot. It's still in it, though. Only down 9, or only down 8. 2 minutes left. They're going to need some stops, and they're going to need to hit a 3 or 2. They're not going to be able to win this game if they continue to go 0 from 3. St. John's with the ball, inbounding, front court, in front of their own bench. Darling has it. They're going to look to eat some clock here. 15 seconds to shoot. Darling looks with the right hand. He's double teamed. He's trapped. Gets it away. Hopkins now puts it on the floor. Left hand baseline. Drives. And he gets it out to Sellers. Sellers pulls up for a 3 from the left wing. No good. Rebound. Oh, a huge rebound for St. John's. They get it, and then they throw it away. Clark has it, and he's fouled by Darling. Oh, St. John's got a huge rebound. He threw it away, though, as soon as he got it. And Clark is fouled. He'll shoot free throws. Not a good shot by Sellers, for a 3 on the other end for St. John's. They got the rebound, though, Mitchell, and he threw it, trying to get it to Darling, threw it away. He was going out of bounds, so he had no choice. He tried to lob it over the head of Clark, which is, he's not the tallest guy in the world, but he couldn't do it. Free throws now. First one, rims around and out for Seton Hall. Again, struggling at the line now in these crucial spots. Darling with 4 fouls now. So add him to the list. Second one, good. Well, the first one was did not count. It was a lane violation. So he's going to get another one here. 7-point lead. Cut it to 6. Yes, he does. 6-point lead for St. John's. 1:45 to go. St. John's inbounds it. See, Hopkins has it. Hopkins being double teamed, gets it to Clark. Now Mitchell. Mitchell has it. Back to Hopkins. Zuby has it now. Zuby to Mitchell. 15 to shoot for St. John's. They want to eat this clock down as much as possible. Darling puts it on the floor, drives, looking, finds, missed it. Sellers, he missed the lay-in, and the rebound is caught by Zuby and put in. Seton Hall giving up offensive rebound. St. John's got it. Here comes Clark all the way down the floor, gives it to Hines, who lays it up and in. 6-point lead, but Seton Hall's running out of time. A minute to go. St. John's with the ball in the front court. Hopkins driving, looking into the paint, and a foul call traveled. Hopkins traveled. He definitely traveled. Good call by the referees. A turnover, and Seton Hall has some life breathed into them with down 6. 57 seconds left. Yeah, Hopkins definitely traveled there. There would have been a foul if he didn't travel, but he traveled first. Seton Hall with the ball. 50 seconds to go. Into the front court. Clark has it. Looks, puts it on the floor, drives. Now kicks it back out. Stanton McRae for 3, and he got it. Oh, it's a 3-point game. Big shot by Stanton McRae. St. John's looking to close it out, having some trouble. Mitchell. Seton Hall's going to play defense here. 23 on the shot clock, 38 on the game clock. Darling now has it in the front court. Gets a screen, 15 to shoot. 3-point lead for St. John's. Here's Zuby driving. Zuby drives into the paint, goes up with the left hand. It's blocked and a foul. Ejiofor is going to shoot free throws. Foul on Hines. He can't believe it. Holding his head with his 2 hands. He can't believe they called that foul. Let's take a look. Yeah, it's a foul. He got him on the hand. He got him on the forearm before he got the ball. So big free throws right here for Zuby Ejiofor. He leads the team. Oh, he's got 9 points in the second half. 70% free throw shooter, 3 for 4 tonight. Trying to make it a 2-possession game. First one on its way. Got it. 4-point lead, 67-63. St. John's with the lead. 27.3 seconds left. Second one coming. On its way. Got them both. Big pressure free throws. It's a 5-point lead. Driving into the lane. Here goes Simpkins. Throws a runner. No good. Rebound tapped in by Hines. It's back to a 3-point lead. 20 seconds to go. St. John's trying to inbound it. They get it into Zuby Ejiofor, and they're going to have to foul him. He gets it away, though. Here's Mitchell down the lane, and he blaze it in. 14 seconds to go. 5-point lead for St. John's. Seton Hall brings it up. Clark into the front court. 10 seconds to go. Throws up a wild 3-pointer. It's no good. Rebound Simpkins, and he's blocked, and he's fouled. Hines. Not Simpkins. Hines gets it. He's going to go to the line, but St. John's with a big job. Seton Hall could have fouled him. They had to foul Zuby. They didn't want to. He threw it ahead. Mitchell laid it in, and that might just do a 5-point lead with only 6 seconds left. Free throws coming for Seton Hall. Hines shooting the free throws. First one missed. St. John's 6 seconds away from a Big East championship. Second in a row. They're going to survive this thing here, it looks like, against Seton Hall. 70-65. Second free throw on its way. Shorty missed them both. Rebound to Mitchell. 5 seconds to go. That should do it. 3 seconds and a foul. Sellers will go to the line for St. John's, and that will just about do it. It'll be determined tomorrow by UConn. A win, and they share the Big East championship. A loss, and Seton Hall and St. John's holds it all by themselves for the second straight year. And they will be the 1 seed going into next week's Big East tournament. Sellers at the line, 3 seconds to go, 3.4 seconds to go, 70-65. First one is up. It's good. 6-point lead for St. John's, 71-65. Darling exits the game. Another good game for Dylan Darling. 3.4 to go. Here we go. St. John's 3 seconds away from their second straight Big East regular season championship. On its way. Made them both 7-point game. That'll do it. Here's the inbound. 2-1, and St. John's is your Big East regular season champion. 72-65 over Seton Hall. They sweep the regular season champion. The regular season 2 games against Seton Hall. They clinch the 1 seed in the Big East tournament next week. The St. John's Red Storm is your Big East regular season champion. Are they co-champions? Will be determined tomorrow. UConn and Marquette. UConn win. They're co-champions. UConn loses, and St. John's gets it by themselves, but they clinch the 1 seed in the Big East tournament. They get a bye to the quarterfinals. They will play the winner of Butler and Xavier in the first round on the March 12th at noon. So that does it for us, everybody. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. St. John's 72-65 is the final. Don't forget, rate, review, and subscribe. Check out our podcast. Big guests coming soon. Announcements coming soon. Thank you to everybody who watched and listened here to this stream. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I'm Bob Walters. We'll talk to you next time, everybody. See ya.
You're listening to St. John's Basketball on Locked Up Sports.